Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
evening. All right. Good morning or good evening, everyone, just depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another edition of CELO's Power 20. Today, we're answering one of the most common questions that we hear. Can you really invest in apartment buildings with just $25,000? Many people assume apartment investing is reserved for institutions, ultra high net worth individuals, or professional real estate operators. The reality is that many investors participate in larger real estate opportunities without buying an entire property themselves. So let's discuss what apartment investing actually looks like, how syndications work, how much capital is typically needed, what passive investing means, and whether multifamily investing may fit your financial goals. As always, today's discussion is for educational purposes only and should not be considered legal, tax, accounting, or investing advice. So, like, don't come at us, you know? Let's get started. So, like I said, this is a pretty big misconception. When people hear apartment investing, what would be the biggest misconception that we would encounter? Um, I had previously asked Christina, and just so you know, Christina isn't on the call right now, but I did previously ask this question before. And what she mentioned to me is that the biggest misconception is that someone needs millions of dollars and has to buy the entire apartment building themselves. People often think I need perfect credit, I need a huge down payment, I need to qualify for a commercial loan, or they need to become a landlord. I was definitely in that party thinking that I had to have some sort of criteria and money investments or whatever just to even try to do investing. The reality is that many investors participate alongside other investors in professionally managed real estate opportunities. So there is a difference between owning an apartment building and investing in one. What I understand and what Christina later explained, you don't necessarily have to be the person finding the property, managing the tenants, overseeing maintenance, or securing financing. Honestly, that sounds like a lot. I'm getting tired of just even listing those things. Many investors choose to participate passively, while experienced operators handles those responsibilities themselves. All right. So what is syndication? Leah, we hear the word syndication a lot. What exactly is syndication?
Sure, thank you. So simply put, syndication is a group investment where multiple investors pull capital together to acquire a larger asset, and then they could individually, right? The sponsor team, like us at 5,000 Keys, we find the opportunities, we perform the due diligence, we execute the business plan, and manage the investment. All the investors simply do is participate financially without managing the day-to-day operations.
Can you give us a simple example?
Sure. Think of it like buying a pizza. One person can buy the entire pizza, or several people can each buy a slice. The apartment building is still the same asset, but multiple investors participate together. Make sense?
Okay, yeah, that's actually a really good example. That makes a lot of sense. Julie, from an operations perspective, why do you like multifamily?
Good question, Kristen. Thank you. So, the way I look at it, right? So, people always need housing, and we're right now we have a housing crisis, as everybody knows, for affordable housing. And one of the strengths of multifamily is diversification within a single asset. So, what do I mean by that, right? So, in a single family, if you have a single family and a tenant moves out, your income is going to drop to zero. But say, for example, owning a multifamily asset, if you have like a 20 unit or a 30 unit and somebody moves out,
then that one vacancy doesn't eliminate your income versus, as if you have a single family, that one vacancy is not going to impact you as much in a 20 unit versus a 30 unit. So the other thing with multifamily is it gives us as operators opportunities to improve operations, right? Improve the resident experience. And also occupancy, again, in the example that I gave, if one person moves out, that's not gonna like you're not gonna lose your income. So that's why I like multifamily because it's instead of putting your eggs in one basket, you're able to diversify the income that's coming in. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, that does make sense. What role does professional management play?
Professional management plays a very critical role. You need to make sure if you're investing and you're doing remote investing, you have property management that aligns with your values. It helps also to maintain, occupancy, which is very important. Control your expenses. And they're there to help improve resident satisfaction, the day-to-day operations, and help to protect your long-term value of the asset, which is very important for investors.
Okay. So let's get into kind of like the money aspect because that's important, right? Leia, so can we address that question where everyone thinks that for someone to really invest, they need $25,000? Is that true, necessary?
Well, well, so potentially yes, right? Because every investment opportunity is different. Some opportunities may have a minimum investment of $25,000. Some opportunities may have a minimum investment of $50,000, and some opportunities could go into $100,000 or more, right? I think the most important thing is to understand your financial situation, your own goals, and your investment strategy.
Okay. So that's a pretty interesting thing that you mentioned. So I asked Christina beforehand, just instead of what's the better question? What should people be asking instead simply is 25,000 enough?
Right.
Uh, what she mentioned and the appropriate question, or maybe a better follow-up question to that is this appropriate for me? Do I understand the opportunity? Do I understand the risks? And does it align with my goals? The amount matters, but understanding the investment matters more. And I can probably attest to that. You want to be able to put money in something that you believe in. And I do believe that if it aligns with your goals, then you'll do what you can to put money forth and to push that project forward. Um,
100%.
Yes.
Julie, what should investors realistically expect before participating in an apartment investment?
Well, I mean, very, very important question you want to ask yourself because when you're investing, you need to understand that all investments involve risk, right? So some of the questions as a new investor investing in multifamily would be like, what's the business plan? What's the expected hold period? That's important to know because you want to know like how long your money is going to be tied up for. How are the returns generated? Are we getting monthly payouts, quarterly payouts? What risk exists, right? So and what are we doing to mitigate the risk? Because like as I mentioned, that all investments include risk. And how are myself as an investor, how am I going to be updated from the investor relations standpoint? Am I going to get monthly updates, weekly updates? It's just going to be a Zoom call where we all hop on if we have questions. What is this going to look like, right? Because we 25,000, while that gets into multifamily to some people, that's going to be like, hey, I really want to understand where my money is going, what my returns are. So our goal is to provide education and transparency. So when you're investing, we want you to know those risks, but also we're mitigating that risk and we're going to provide that transparency for you.
Okay, I think transparency is the key here, just to know where the money's going.
Right. And
Mhm.
what returns you're getting on the money you invested, right? So
Right. Uh, Leah, what makes a good passive investor?
I think Julie kind of answered that question pretty much, right? What makes a good passive investor? And it's really to ask the questions and taking the time to understand the opportunity itself, the market,
mhm.
and the sponsor team, right? That's really, really important, I think, and how the investment fits within their overall financial goals. I mean, you really need to understand what you're getting yourself into before you put your money into it.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
And I also think that knowing who the sponsors are, I think that's also very important.
Mhm.
I think for me, that's actually very key, right? You need to know who the operators are.
Great.
Mm. So, and I feel like that's just a golden nugget for like anything,
Mhm,
right? Like you need
mhm.
to know
Exactly.
where the money is going and what for. All right. So how does someone determine whether multifamily investing may be worth exploring? Talking it over, I usually ask three questions, or these are the questions that Christina herself told me to think about and ask. Do you want passive income?
Mhm.
Yes. Do
Right. Who
you?
doesn't?
Yes. Do you want exposure to real estate without becoming a landlord? Also, yes.
I mean, that's a
And
lot of people.
yeah.
Mhm.
And do you have capital that you want working harder than it is today? Yeah. Yeah, I think you
100%.
would. So, just like on a personal note, and just like all of those questions are definitely reminiscent to where um, I certainly want to go, and I'm certainly many others want to go to. So, if you answered all yes to those, then maybe it's worth learning more about. So,
And
I
I think that's some key questions to ask, right? So,
Right.
you know, passive income, either you're working full time, you either have time or money. So are you, if you're so busy at your W-2 and you don't have the time, then you want the passive income. So you want to be able to understand what you're getting into and the rest. So
Hmm.
all of us want passive income, right? We want to continue to build that generational wealth. So I think
Right.
it's definitely an important question to ask.
100%.
All right. Oh, Christy has put in a question. Hold on, let me see
I
if I
love
can.
that question, actually.
How about if they have owned a multifamily before, if they are experienced in it?
Awesome.
Hey, Christy,
Hey, Christy.
how
Sorry,
are
I feel
you?
like I'm the only one on here.
No.
So you have a
So,
question. Oh,
Yeah, I do. Well, I got into a fractional and it's not going great. And then
oh,
and the person didn't tell us everything up front. So like um he has a bunch of people that are pissed. So anyway,
hmm,
it's always a struggle to like know who you're getting involved in and exactly
oh yeah.
knowing what is on the JV agreement and who is on the JV agreement because if the person is talking you into it and
Hmm.
like you're gonna be invest because of them because you believe in that person and they're
Sure.
not even investing in it themselves,
mhm,
Hmm.
that that's kind of what came up. So like yeah, I think people need to find out who they're investing with.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that experience early on in my journey as an entrepreneur. I mean, I got into a few bad relationships. So I totally know what you're talking about. So I'm really, really all for knowing who you're investing your money with, right? Or putting your money into, or the team makes a big difference. And
Right.
even then, I'm sorry, unfortunately, that's not 100%, right? Knock on
Yeah.
wood. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I think that's part of the reason why we're also doing this Power 20 is also we want people to get to know who we are. I think a grander scheme of things, it's 5,000 keys. It's Christina Lopez, Julie Collette, and myself, Leah Merga. We want you all to know who we are. We're very transparent. So, Anyway,
Yeah, I'm so glad I got to meet you guys in Phoenix. So that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Same here. I love your shirt, ClickFunnels.
Mm. Russell Brunson.
Russell
Russell
Brunson's my
Brunson.
guy. He's my guy. I love him.
Yeah,
Love it. Love it.
And his
yeah.
shirts, oh my God, they're so soft.
And there's so I
Are
was gonna
they?
say
Yeah.
I have one,
Good
yeah.
quality.
Good
Yeah.
quality.
I
But
want
it's
I want one.
yeah. Really good question. I'm so glad, you want to know the experience that your operators have, and it's
Mhm.
very important. That's why we're having these calls, so you can get to know more about us. We can get to know more about you. And I'm so sorry to hear about that, fractional and, everything that you're going through there. But
Well,
um,
hopefully it'll work out.
it all works out.
It'll work
All
out.
works out.
It'll work
All works out. Always works
out.
out.
Yeah.
So, what questions? Any other questions you have for us?
I guess to
No, I
piggyback.
mean, and I'm not, here's the thing is I'm not really um getting into multifamily. I'm actually
Mhm.
trying to buy a restaurant right now. I
Yeah,
was
Okay.
you
trying to
did
buy,
share that with me. That's
yeah, I was trying
right.
to buy four,
Cool.
but now it's
Uh-huh.
down to one, and I just submitted my LOI for that. So like,
Nice.
um, just I think the email about like the active income versus passive income,
Mhm.
and I was like, I think this is going to be really good information. Plus, investing in other people, like the more I can learn about it, the better.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And it's 20 minutes, and I actually just woke up a little bit ago because
Yeah. That's right.
it's,
You're in Arizona, right?
but yeah, so it's
Yes.
like
Yeah. Okay.
it's 7 here, but usually I
Yeah.
get up at like 6,
Yeah.
but I stayed up too late reading, so
No, I mean, definitely join us. We're having these like Tuesdays, Thursdays from 12 to 12:30 Eastern, and then Saturdays and through July 4th, right?
I signed
So
up for those too.
Perfect.
awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
yeah, you're
awesome.
good.
that's
I
awesome.
love it.
And Chrissy, just like you said, you're buying business, it doesn't matter the asset class. It's still the same thing, right? You're still going to perform your due diligence. You're still going to underwrite the deal. You still have to understand who the key players are. So it's whatever the asset class, you still need to do from A to Z. So thank you
Right,
for
exactly. So
Mhm.
I'm like, even though I'm not into multifamily, I want to get into like a service-based business, but like it's still the stuff that you're talking about. And if I want
Uh-huh.
to
Yep.
if I want to invest in any other fractional or
Asset class.
whatever, this
Right.
is really good information.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll have to thank Christina. She is in Bangkok, I think, and she's in the
Wow.
middle of a dinner, so she could not make it.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
but yeah, no, I actually this is a great idea. It's kind of fun doing it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you get used to talking in front of people and doing your little thing and
Right, exactly. Yeah. But anyhow,
cool.
but no, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course.
You.
Back to you, Miss Moderator Kristen.
Well, thank you. Okay. I don't think, yeah, you are the only one, Christy. Okay. Okay, so
That's okay. We all have to start somewhere,
somewhere.
right? Yes.
Exactly. So I want to do like a takeaway action for today.
Okay.
Um, so honestly, what would that be? What would be the takeaway action that everyone can take away from today?
I think one thing that we can take away is before you get in any investment, I would say understand your risk tolerance. Like what are you willing to lose? Before I put this money in, it's my day-to-day money that if something goes south, what is going to happen? What are the repercussions? So I think you can need to be honest with yourself before you do that investment. And once you can understand that, then you can understand your risk tolerance.
I
Yeah,
totally
I
agree
mean,
with that.
yeah, and I think for me, it's like a lot of people want to get their first deal, and certainly that was me, right? In the beginning. But I
Hmm.
think don't put your money if it's the last amount that you have. Like, I
Right.
kid you not, so many people throw their money in there because they want to try to grow their money, but yet didn't realize that, don't something could go south and you could lose that money.
Yeah,
It's not 100%.
that's
So
true.
determine your the right amount of money to put in. Don't put in your last amount that you have in your
Right.
savings.
Yes.
I agree with that. Like maybe investing isn't the time to pull a
Mhm.
Hail Mary and throw everything in there.
Right.
You don't know what you're gonna get out of that. So okay. Um, well, any final thoughts? I don't know. Are we? Oh, we're doing pretty good on time.
Yeah, you're,
So,
yeah. We can give back a few minutes.
I
Yes.
derailed it a little bit.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
all right.
No,
Okay.
just thank you for the session, and we appreciate it, and would love to keep coming on and learning and hearing some more and taking away.
Christy,
It's
invite your
power 20.
friends over.
Yeah. Where are you guys
By the way, did you
advertising?
ever recover from the dance that night that we went out?
Oh, God. That next day, I was a little tired.
Just a little.
Christy went dancing with us in Phoenix. Oh, you were there, weren't you, Julie? Of course you were. Hello.
Yeah, Julie was
Yes,
there.
Julie
We
was
were,
there.
yeah,
Like, oh my
Julie
God,
was there. Yeah, that was super fun. Uh,
that was
yeah.
fun.
You know what? And here's the thing. Eddie usually doesn't talk when there is a bunch of people there, when there's a thing happening with Pace and then they all go over
Hmm.
there. And usually he doesn't talk and he'll just let everybody network. And so when he does get up there and talk, it's like I'm only going to be like 5 minutes, but he's up there for like 40 minutes, so he's a talker. And I was like, why is he talking? Like people came here to network, not listen to this.
Hmm.
They can listen to this on from Pace and going on the vault and stuff. But like it's kind of I was kind of bummed because there's some really good people there and it was a really good opportunity for us to actually just chat with a bunch of people. So
Hmm.
anyway, but then we got to go dancing instead, and that was super fun.
It was.
So
It was. Anyway,
anyway,
sorry to take it away from you, Kristen. But anyway, so
thank
Oh,
you, Kristen.
we'll let
I
you
like
wrap up.
Thank you,
hearing
Kristen.
stories like this, and just for future purposes, I do dance a lot, so
Nice.
Next time you'll have to come with us.
I have to. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to just make sure everyone knows and everyone here and everyone listening that the goal of these Power 20 sessions is education. You don't need to become an apartment operator to understand apartment investing. The more you learn about how larger real estate investments work, the more options you'll have available to you. And whether you're ready today, 6 months from now, a year from now, or just simply exploring education is always the first step. So, thank you everyone for joining us today. If you'd like to continue the conversation and determine whether multifamily investing aligns with your goals or would like to connect, schedule an investor discovery call and we'll help you better understand your options. So, thanks for joining CELO's Power 20, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, are you guys getting a multifamily? Are you trying to find investors? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So we
okay.
have one right now under contract that we're raising money for, like 1.2
Okay.
million,
Okay,
and we
cool.
close in end of July. But this is just 32 units of 5,000. Our goal is to gain 5,000 units by 2030.
Is this
Yeah.
the same thing that you pitched at
Yes,
Zero
it's the
Down?
same thing. Yes, Don Quixote.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Okay,
this,
cool.
yeah, the power sessions, it's really just so that everybody gets to know us and to
Mhm.
help educate investors. Yeah.
That's a good idea because like the more people know you, the more they'll
Hmm.
invest in you. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually the person that's like this deal. We invested in the person and we didn't really think about it too much. We're like, oh yeah, he's very well known, so let's
Sure.
invest. And then it
Hmm.
turned out to be different. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, but that's the thing is the more people know you, the quicker, the more people you're going to have invest. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Cool.
mean, we have
Well,
a
good luck.
long road and we're thrilled. Like we have such a long road,
I'm
but
so
we're
excited
up
for
for
you
the
guys though.
challenge. Yeah.
Thank you, Christy.
Thanks,
Yeah, it's
Christy.
like your presentation was awesome. Your dance was cute. Um, they came out on the stage and danced and stuff and did a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Anyhow.
So cool.
Okay.
All right.
But
Well, you guys
thank
have
you
a
for
great
joining
Saturday.
us. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next ones.
See you all
Absolutely.
soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.